Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Wanda from Crazy Dazes. I am working toward getting this going. All right, Miss Patricia. Hello, Miss Starla. All right, let me get this set up. Can y'all hear me? Do you see me? Everything's going good. Just got to know, Miss Terry. Some of you jumping in. Maybe y'all hear me okay. Getting a little frog in my throat before I even get started, a little cough. Nothing that a little bit of coffee from Coffee Crafters, Silver Run Coffee Crafters won't fix. Miss Kathy. So today I wanted to go live while I had a few minutes, loud and clear. Thank you, Miss Patricia. And got a lot I want to go over today because I kind of promised a lot of stuff, and then when I started doing that, I'm like, that's a long video. I got to do a lot of stuff. So I had to get everything over here. I've got it all laid out. And then I go on and go live. And I don't have the password. I usually don't need the password, but new computer wanted me to give it the password. So I had to go back to the camp, get my password book, and come back, put my password in. Because 2 or 3 days ago, I changed passwords on a lot of stuff. And if you haven't changed your passwords in a while, I encourage you to change them either tomorrow before Christmas or the day after Christmas, 2 days after Christmas, sometime before the first of the year at least. Change your passwords. Make them longer. Don't use the same password for your financial and your social media, things like that. Just make a habit of doing it ever so often, at least once a year is a good practice. And so I sound a little hoarse, but I guess that's just me. And so I changed passwords. Well, I don't have a clue. And I didn't know a lot of them anyway, because when I change passwords, I can't remember all those passwords. It is impossible to remember all that stuff. So that's what I did. I ran back and I was going live at 1:30. And here it is almost 2, and I'm just now getting here. All right, so today we are going to be talking about fruitcake in a little while, because I promised y'all fruitcake, and I did not get any fruitcake in from anybody. So if you've seen any, I haven't been to town today, and if there's any in the post office, we'll do it next week after Christmas. That's fine. But I did not get fruitcake from anybody, so I made one on my own. I bought one at Walmart that's called a fruitcake, and then I bought a couple other things that are called, I think they're called sweet loaves, which when I typed in fruitcake, that's what came up with sweet loaves, because it's similar, and they don't want to call it fruitcake because nobody will buy it, So we're going to see what they taste like. So that is one thing I have going on. I promised y'all the new year something I was going to do, so there's going to be some giveaways to help with what I want to do in the new year. And I think some of you will be very excited, because about 9 people right now are going to get a little something, hopefully before the new year starts. So I'm going to figure out what we're doing for that. I'm going to open up the advent calendar. Y'all want to do that first, or do y'all want to wait? Let's do it first. Oh, before I start, let me see. Now, Harvest Right freeze dryers, y'all know I've done a lot of freeze drying. We showed y'all some freeze-dried eggnog a couple of weeks ago. Sent me some Mylar bags and some oxygen absorbers. Actually, I had my choice of what I wanted from them, and I chose Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. So, hey, Miss Lippy. So, these come in handy. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. So, Harvest Right sent those to me, and that was great. All right, so let's start with next thing. Now, Miss Lippy, on here, y'all see where it says Miss Lippy, and she got a little blue wrench. She got in here just in time, because she's going to be late and she's going to miss it all. Anyway, she sent me an advent calendar, and we've been opening the advent calendar for, well, since December 1st, and we're going to continue to open that. But first, I want to show y'all something, because she don't do it justice, and I'm fixing to do it justice, y'all. We're going to have a Miss Lippy. I'm going to do it justice, because I just opened these this morning. All right, now Miss Lippy has blends. All right, where we at? Miss Lippy's Bayou Blends. This one is the Pork and Good. To me, this is one of the best blends she has. If you remember the old shake and bake chicken, I don't know why, but when I put this on stuff, it gives me that taste of shake and bake. I'm not sure why, but it is good on pork too. But I like it on chicken. I like it on French fries. Don't matter. It gives you that kind of taste. Swamp Mix. Where are we at? Right here. Miss Lippy's Swamp Mix. Okay, a lot of people think it's hot. It really ain't hot, but it's got sea salt, garlic, pepper, onion, cayenne pepper, and other Bayou spices. She ain't gonna tell you what all's in here, but you see it has a touch of cayenne, so it is a touch hot, but it is not like I can't eat it hot. So if you're one of those people, I do not like extremely hot stuff, this won't bother you too much because it's slightly hot. This one, Pork and Good, I don't know if it even has any cayenne at all. I don't know. I have to look and see if I can see what's in it. Paprika, lemon pepper, sugar, onion, dry mustard. It has a touch of cayenne then. Yeah, chili powder and other blends. Okay, so this one has maybe a hint. There's another one. I can't remember which one it is. Let me look at it. All right, so maybe this one is going to have a touch. Yeah, I think the Clucking Good that she does for chicken is probably the medium. It has a hint more than a hint. And it's really good on chicken and fries. And if you like any kind of something you throw in the oven, like squash, things like that, this is good on it. Then comes the Swamp Mix, which is a touch hotter. I think I got it right. They're not on the hot side. They just have a touch, just a hint of cayenne in them. So if you're worried that they're hot, they're not, because I don't eat hot. And I wouldn't be recommending these if I did, if I thought they were hot. All right, then she has Full Throttle. This one, if you like cooking with a Trinity and you don't want how to chop up all your celery and all that stuff, she's already got it blended for you. Right here, y'all try the Full Throttle. Then the Voodoo Dust. Now this one's becoming one of my good favorites right here. It's got white pepper in it. And it's got, I don't remember what else in it, but lemon pepper, white pepper, garlic, and other things. But this blend right here, if you've watched Miss Lippy, she does her mac and cheese. Well, when she does mac and cheese, I forgot the recipe, what all it called for, but it called for 3 or 4 things. I didn't have all that, so I picked up Voodoo Dust and added it to it. Instead of having broken up stuff, made it awesome. Mac and cheese, just saying. Anything that you need, pepper and onions, and I don't know if it has garlic in it. Yeah, garlic. I needed garlic, pepper, and onions, and salt. This worked, made it good, one stop. She sells all these. Well, there's 5 of them. Hold on. Now, maybe I can't do it. You should have sent me a pretty box to put them in. All 5 of these come in like a, I don't know what she calls a package. Anyway, all of them come together, or you can buy 3 of them, or you can buy them all separate. Doesn't matter. But if you already have those shakers, which she thought I had shakers. No, she sent me some bags, not these pretty bags either. She sent me some bags of her stuff in Ziploc bags, I think. And I had to use all my Ziploc bags up, and I had to create my own shakers because she didn't have her shakers back then. I got some of the first stuff. So now you can buy the refills. Like this is the Voodoo. I ordered, since I like that on stuff, I ordered the refill. I have the shaker now, So I have all those shakers. Well, maybe not all of them. I think there's another one. But anyway, I got the shakers, and I ordered the Voodoo because I like that. She said the number one bestseller is the Voodoo. I'm not going to lie. It is perfect for adding when you don't want to sit and chop up garlic and onions. You need your pepper. The white pepper just kind of enhances it. I don't know. It was just good. Signature collection. Thank you. Yeah, those 5 are called the Signature collection. And then she has another one. I think there's 3 or 4 in. One of those is not in it. And then, totally unexpected, and I know this is a limited quantity. I don't know if she even, do you have any of these? Yeah, she said, did she get the vanilla extract? I'm getting there, Lippy. I'm getting there. Vanilla extract. Y'all look. Can y'all see that? It's in there. The vanilla beans. Look at that. And I don't know how it's showing up, but this is a pretty, well, the bottle may be brown. No, it ain't brown, is it, Lippy? It's a clear bottle, but look how pretty. It almost looks like whiskey in there. This ain't whiskey. This is vanilla flavored. Well, take it back. It probably is in whiskey. Never mind. Y'all, I'm going to get myself. She's got left. Okay, if y'all want vanilla flavored, and this was done in 22, 22. So this is aged. I'm talking, this wasn't made last week and just shipped out. This is aged. So I'm hiding that. Well, Danny don't cook anyway, so I don't know why I say I'm going to hide something in my house, because Danny could care less. If I hide it, I'm hiding it from myself. So it's 2 years old, and that is a clear bottle. So that's the color, y'all. I thought it was, because when I move it, y'all see the clear at the bottom? That's a clear bottle. That is the color in 2 years. And I know vanilla is good because I put some up one year. Can't remember. I'm still using it. I did a whole pint. And it's been more than 5 years ago. Maybe 5.5 years ago. I started some vanilla. Jen from the Nut House sent me the vodka and the vanilla beans to start my own vanilla. And so I took a jar and put the vanilla beans in it and put the vodka over in it and put the lid on it. She come to visit. She was living in California at the time. She come to visit and she says, did you get that vanilla started? And I said, yes, ma'am, I did. I took it out. And she said, no, 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 no. I said, what? She said, you didn't cut them. I said, I didn't know I was supposed to. So she's in there fishing my vanilla beans out, and she's slicing them, and they'd only been in there a couple of 3 months. And she's slicing them and puts them back in, and she says, now that's the way you do it. I said, well, you didn't say that. You got to give all the instructions when you tell somebody how to do something. And so I left it. I didn't even touch it for over a year, maybe close to 2 years. And then I only used it on a very special occasion. I would not even use it on regular stuff. I still have some in my cabinet right now. I'm down to about this much, y'all. And it is like 5 or 6 years old. I'm talking really good. The longer you leave it, the better it is. Okay, so let's do the Advent calendar. Now we are up to, I don't know how I'm going to manage to do this. It's like the 12 days of Christmas. You can remember. All right, let's start with what it looks like. Now, this came from Miss Lippy. This box is really light now, y'all. There's nothing left in here that weighs anything. All right, so this is what it is. It's a garden tool Advent calendar, and we like 2 days, and we're going to get those 2 days today. Day 1 was this cute bag, and I'm not going to tell you which day's which, but we're going to start at the top. We've got gloves, a sprayer. Let's see which way I got to go, this way. Then these are, they said this was a weed digger. This is like you clawing out grass and stuff. A spade. I think that's the mini spade. I'm going to have to look and see what we're up to. And then on the back side, we have the big, where you're lifting up stuff, and the big spade. Y'all, these are going to decorate my my greenhouse, my VEGO greenhouse, because they're too pretty to put in the grass and the dirt and the stuff. All right, today, when you open it up, it says Merry Christmas. And then it tells you all the days. Well, we're up to 11 and 12. And they're both little. 11, y'all tell me what y'all think it is. And it's purple. Yeah, it's pretty. Real little. And it rattles. 12 is a little bit bigger. And it rattles. So y'all tell me what you think. That gives y'all a few seconds. We've got 11 and 12. 12 short and fat, and 11's tall and skinny. That's just all I can say. Yeah, I like the purple. Purple is great. Yeah, Tamara says she hadn't opened the vanilla yet. Oh my goodness. Lippy says she's got a 14-year-old bottle waiting to give to her granddaughter when she gets married. Oh my goodness, Lippy. That is awesome. I had never thought of things like that. See, Lippy's always thinking ahead. She's probably got her first grandchild's gift laid out somewhere already. I'm telling you. I don't know. A soil pH tester, no idea, scissors. All right, so I'm going to have to stop this a little bit so I can keep up. Because when I open it, socks, thermometer, scissors, and knife. Okay, so I'm going to stop it where y'all started talking. Miss Julie was the first one that says soil pH. I'm going to check in just a minute to see who gets the first or either one of them. Because the two people that, or one person, two people, and whatever they get, I've got a gift coming to you, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, they come up with a different way to do stuff. Everything the same, but yet different. Y'all tell me what this one's called, because I really don't know what you would call it. This is number 11. It looks like a little mini shovel. Literally, like a mini shovel. All right, we already got one that's... Where's the mini shovel? Did I not show it a while ago? Yeah, the other mini shovel. See? So now I have one like this. We've got... This mini shovel was last week too. So now we've got one like this. So I'm not sure what the purpose of either one or, So that's going to be interesting. The new... I would call it a big shovel if it was big, but it's a mini big shovel. And the other one's slim. So that's what number 11 is. And let me see with 12 right quick, and then we'll look at answers. Yeah, they got more ways to do this than anybody I've ever seen. Okay. It's got a little bit of a... We're going to make it work. It is like a little mini rake. Oh my goodness. So I got a mini rake and a mini shovel. Okay. Let me lay those down and see what we've got going on. I'm going to have to take it one step at a time. Soil tester, scissors, flag, garden marker, socks, thermometer. Garden tools. Well, tools, but... All right. It's a fat baby shovel. Yeah. Okay, so nobody really got it right. Everybody was just kind of, rain gauge, temperature gauge, all that kind of thing. The brand of our weather station, I went and put it in. Several people asked, and I SAINLogic, SAINLogic, Logic, Logic. SAINLogic is the name of our, and I put our link to their weather station in the last, whatever video we showed that last week. I don't know, Vicky, if he wants an avocado or not. Now, I did make some awesome avocado the other day. It's a dip. A friend of mine told me about it and gave me some years ago. And I don't know what she called it, but it had avocados. And I went out to my greenhouse and stole one of my semi-green red tomatoes. So it called for red tomatoes and it called for green tomatoes. So I just took one that was half and half and I cut it up and I put it in with the avocados. I only had 3 avocados. And I took the one good-sized tomato and 2 or 3 of my little mini tomatoes. And then I chopped up onions and some spices. And it was like a avocado. It's my phone by me. Yes, it is, Lippy. I'll look. What, you tell me? Well, let me see if I can do it without losing what I'm doing. Well, I got hard candy, Lippy. I know. You had to send me a message. So the dip was awesome. It's a mini rake for small pots. That's good. But anyway, I don't know if we would plant. He would plant them. I just don't know where we would, if they would hardy down to 16. Might work. Hard candy Christmas. So what does that mean, Lippy? Send me a message. I saw your hard candy. What are we talking about here, hard candy Christmas? I don't know. She's showing me hard candy. Y'all, look at this. It's pretty. She's got it all broke up like Christmas candy. You remember the boxes you got? She's getting a new refrigerator. She calls it an ice box. Yeah, just saying. Lippy special. She calls it an ice box. But my mom and my granny called it an ice box. All right, so yeah, I like it. I don't like avocados for the most part, but I like the dip. And I'm trying to make it where Danny and I are eating some avocados because we need to be eating them. They're really good for you. But we just don't have trees. It's a chunky guacamole, I guess. I probably would have called it guacamole, but I don't know that that's what she called it because I can't remember now. I don't remember. It's been so many years ago, and I didn't have a recipe, so I was trying to duplicate her recipe with chunky, I don't know if guacamole has big chunks in it, or if it does, then maybe that's what it was. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't eat that usually, but when she brought it, it was good. See, I'm trying to make I tried to do that, and I just don't like the taste of avocado by itself. I got to have some cumin and some something added to it. All right, so I want to do the taste test because I have had a break, and I'm going to show y'all. Let me see if my phone, so I can show you a pretty picture of my, where are we at? Fruitcake. All right, this is what my fruitcake looked like. I don't know if I can get it where y'all can see it. Y'all see that? I made this I know it's been over a week and maybe 2 weeks ago. It's been sitting in my fridge ever since the day we talked about fruitcake. That's been sitting in my fridge. And I was excited to try it. So Danny's daughters were coming Saturday. So I cut up a bunch into little bitty bite-sized pieces, like you would make little pieces like this, because I'm like, nobody's probably going to like fruitcake. If I tell them it's fruitcake, they're not going to eat it. So I cut a bunch of them up and just laid them out on a Christmas saucer and just left them laying there. Didn't say anything. Well, they started asking, what is this? This is delicious. I love this. And needless to say, I had to send Jennifer and Carrie the recipe. Both their husbands loved it. Their kids loved it. And when you can get boys to eat fruitcake, you're doing good. So I brought a piece here. See how pretty? And I put cherries on top, just crushed cherries. It's got cherries in it. It's got raisins in it. What else? I think it's got some nuts in it. I already know what it tastes like. I already like it. I'm just hungry. But this recipe my sister sent me, let me see if I can find it right quick. It has a pound of pecans, a box of raisins. Okay, my sister said a box of raisins. You know, they make several size boxes of raisins. I just guesstimated. A pound of pecans, a box of raisins, 1 small can of pet milk. I didn't have pet milk, but I had some Azure Standard sweetened condensed milk. I like sweetened condensed milk better than I do pet milk, so I thought it'll make it taste better. And technically it does. 1 box of graham crackers crushed. It was a 1 pound box. 1 pound bag of marshmallows, and 1 large bottle of cherries cut up. Okay, again, 1 large bottle of cherries. I don't buy cherries, so I don't know what she's talking about. I ordered cherries in a plastic container, probably 2 cups of cherries. And I'm like, I can't put that many cherries in there, I don't think. So I didn't do the whole thing of cherries. I did about 3/4 of it, which was still a lot of cherries. And so you're not baking anything. All you're doing is melting the marshmallows. Then you mix in the nuts. Then you mix in the graham crackers and the milk. And remember, the graham crackers are crushed. You mix in the graham crackers and the milk, then the cherries and raisins. And then you put it in a loaf pan and press down as hard as you can press. You just keep pressing till it's flat and together. And then you put it in the fridge. That easy. It's a real easy recipe. What it tastes like is marshmallow Rice Krispies, only with graham crackers and fruit in it, if that makes sense. It is delicious. Because I like marshmallow, I like Rice Krispies, the treats. All right, so let me read up right quick. They do, they make fun of fruitcake. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But fruitcake the origins of it is y'all will enjoy it. All right. So I told y'all to send me fruitcake, but I didn't get any. But I also waited last minute and said that, and with the mail. So if anybody gets fruitcake and wants to send it to a slice now, not a whole cake, don't send me 500 cakes, but a slice. I will try it next time we're live. This is what I ordered from Walmart. Fruitcake, freshness guaranteed. It's a chill cake before slicing. It's a pretty little old cake. You know, I haven't tried it yet. Y'all were going to see me try it live because I just sliced a piece off a while ago. And I don't know if it's baked or not. It looks like it's a baked cake. Because you see this, it looks baked. It is a baked cake with candies in it. And I read the ingredients. It's got the candied, I don't know what they call it, candied fruit or whatever they put in here. So I could grow marshmallow plants just like I could. You got to buy the fruit to make fruit cakes. No, not necessarily. We're going to go back to Martha Washington and we're going to talk about fruit cakes. This candied crap that's in here, that's something that is convenient. It's okay. the candy is what I remember. The taste of that candy that is not really the best candy in the world. I guess it's okay. This is a soft cake. I like mine better, just saying. All right, then I bought, let's do these because they were only $1.50 for what I thought was a slice, but it's actually, I'm highly surprised for $1.50. Now, would I do it again? I don't know because we're fixing to find out if they taste good. They're called sweet loaves because most people ain't going to buy a fruit cake. So the sweet loaf, y'all see this brand right here? Called a sweet loaf, $1.50. And then this one says it has chocolate chips in it. This one says it has fruits and nuts and stuff, and this one says chocolate chips. It probably has fruits and nuts too, but I don't know for sure. But we'll find out. So that's the brand. They come like this in plastic, little mini loaves, real cute. And I think this is the fruit one. And they've got brown paper wrapped all over them. I mean, I didn't slice it because I wanted y'all to see. Now I got to figure it out, how to get it out of there. And see if it comes out, or it's like a cupcake thingy over it, but it's wax paper, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. We're just going to tear into it, y'all. I'm just going to tear it all and see what happens because it wants to stick in places. And it's called a sweet loaf. Any of y'all tried these? See? It looks like it was cooked in a coffee cup or something. And I do have a knife here. I'm fixing to cut a piece and just see what it tastes like. It feels like, to be honest with you, it feels like a piece of raisin bread. It's what raisin bread, the inside is like. It tastes like raisin bread. These are the little minis. If they're $10 at your Walmart, they should be $1.50. These little small ones should be $1.50. Now they make a bigger one, but still it wasn't $10. It was $5 something. Okay, that one tastes like a piece of raisin bread. It's okay, but I wouldn't buy it for a fruit cake, just saying. This one actually has 2 pieces of paper on it. This is the one with the chocolate chip. So let's see what we got going on here. They're a German cake. Yes, a sweet cake. Let's see what this one's like. All right, so I'm going to take off again. See what it tastes like. It's like having raisin bread. I mean, that's what I can put it to. It's real light and airy. Maybe the first one was a chocolate chip. Because this one has raisins and stuff in it. The first one was chocolate chip. Didn't have a lot of flavor to it because it's chocolate chip. This one has the candies in it. A hint of spices. Not overly spiced, but really pretty good. Probably better than this one. This one's okay, but this is what gives fruitcake a bad taste, a bad name. Just saying. That would be this right here. This is what gives fruitcake a bad name, is when they do it like this and people get that taste in their mouth and they're going, "Ooh, I don't like fruitcake." Somebody had a good idea on making your favorite, was it cinnamon and raisin bread, or any bread that has some pecans or raisins or anything in it, and just adding the candies. That's basically all they did. Because I'm going to show you in the recipe book, it's called a great bread. Martha Washington called it a great cake. Excuse me. That's what she called it, was a great cake. Yeah, so cakes in a can, and she would slice them up and we would eat them with butter. They were the best. I've never heard of a cake in a can. Bread pudding with rum sauce. Oh, yeah. Sounds really good. That sauce on the bread pudding just sets it off. Yeah, they're really kind of dry, so both of those I will probably use for like a breakfast something, and pour a little maple syrup on it. Maple syrup makes everything taste better. Or some of my jellies. I have, right now I have some of my grape jelly out. Not grape, but what you call it? And if I do this, it's probably going to take this away. What am I doing? How do I get that back? Something is not... It took this... Okay. Where do we go? I didn't want all this, y'all. I'm coming back. Y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Something popped up. I hit the wrong button. I don't get it all back. I gotta set up the pop out and everything again where I can read y'all's stuff and make it all happen. All right. All right, let's see. Let's get this back up now. Okay, so we're getting there. I just bumped something and something popped up. European sweets are not as sweet as US. That is true. And we're going to talk about butter in a minute. Y'all, I read something earlier on the fruitcakes that just blew my mind. And I said, boy, I got to share this. Y'all like information. We're going to do information. All right, but I've got one more thing I want to talk about before we get into Martha Washington's cakes. No, we'll wait. Because I'm going to be giving away, I think I told you I was going to give away a VEGO bed today. Right? Not sure who's getting the VEGO bed yet, y'all. Lippy, send me something that I can ask a question, because quite frankly, I got it wrote down at the top of my list and I just now saw it and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot that one. So I need, if you can send me a question while I'm talking about Martha Washington and all these other cookbooks. Martha Washington's, let's see if we can get it where y'all can see it. Martha Washington's Book of Cookery. Karen Heist compiled it. It is a compilation of her recipes from her cookbook back in the day. She had how to make a great cake and how to make an excellent cake. That's what she called them. A great cake was nothing more than fruit cake, basically. That was what it was. And the great cake was a little bit better than fruit cake. But what I read, and I'll read it in a little while, we'll get into it, these were used a lot. A lot. This was what they had because they had in the fall to make cakes. They would have their fruits, they would have their nuts, they would have spices and stuff like that. And it took, for her great cake, you take a peck of flowers. Y'all remember what a peck was? Yeah, somebody tell me it's a quarter of a bushel. Y'all know how many? That's a lot of flour. A peck of flour. Quarter of a bushel of flour. Flowre. A peck of flour. Y'all, that's a lot. I don't know if they measure different from what we measure, so I'm not going there. 4 nutmegs grated. And I don't know how big a nutmeg is. I didn't read it. Half an ounce of cloves and mace and as much cinnamon. So another half an ounce of cinnamon and a half an ounce of caraway seeds beaten. 3/4 pound of sugar mingled with 7 pounds. Good Lord, y'all know how much 7 pounds? I've got a 5-pound bag of of raisins, 7 pounds of currants, picked clean and rubbed clean with a cloth. She's putting fresh ones in hers, not even dried. A pint of good ale, and almost a pint of lukewarm water. 3 pounds of butter melted. 3 pounds, y'all. This is crazy. She's making like a wash tub full. Oh my goodness. First, throw in a little salt among your flour, then mingle all your spices together and strow into your flour and strow in your water, barm and butter. And when all is well mingled, knead it up and let it lie an hour by your fire, covered close with a cloth. Mingle your currants and sugar with your dough, and 2 hours will it bake. Okay, y'all, she made one heck of a big pound of something or other. It wasn't a pound. I don't know. But anyway, the excellent cake adds almond and rose water and some liquor and stuff like that into her into her excellent cake. That was the great cake, and then we do an excellent cake. So whatever they had on hand, this was 1776, that's when she did that. Fast forward to Foxfire books, y'all. A lot of people like the Foxfire books, the Appalachian cookery. I have the cookbook. In the cookbook, we have Georgia Fruitcake by Miss Mary Pitts. Miss Mary says, cream together your butter and sugar. Add your eggs one at a time, beating well after each addition. Add your jam and syrup. Beat, sift all dry ingredients together. Add gradually to the mixture. Add your juice, your chopped nuts and fruit, flour, well, and add last. Bake in oven 350. Okay, so what she's doing, she's making a cake with butter, brown sugar, eggs, blackberry jam, fig jam, sorghum syrup, flour, spices, salt, baking soda, baking powder, fruit juice, crystallized citron and watermelon rinds, crystallized orange and grapefruit peel, 1 pound of raisins or muscadine jelly, and 1 cup of pecans or any other nuts. See, they did what they had on hand. So a lot of people are saying buy the candied fruits. That is way modern. That is a modern something. That's why people don't like fruitcakes lots of times, is the candied fruits isn't really good stuff. If you what they call crystallized, you're making candy out of your fruit peels. And I've got a recipe somewhere in Miss Martha Washington's book. I was reading on how to do that. And it takes a while to candy the fruit peels. Now, we have a modern way of doing it, and it works. But now, their way was to preserve it so they could have it all winter long. And they added that candied fruit peel into everything. And in the Appalachian Mountains, they just kept that alive. You know, when you go up there, they still keep a lot of their traditions alive today. So, then I had this cookbook, The Victory Binding of the American Woman's Cookbook, the Wartime Edition. This one came out in the 40s, 1943. This was sent to me here. And this is got a Christmas fruitcake in it. Again, it's basically what the Appalachians said, with a lot of things, with your butter, brown sugar, flour, nutmeg, mace, cloves, cinnamon, baking soda, baking powder, raisins, currants, sliced citron, dates, eggs, molasses. This one had coffee. You do 1 cup of strong coffee in this cake, and the juice and grated rind of 2 oranges, and juice and grated rind of 1 lemon, and 1 cup of tart jelly. So see, they're adding jelly into these. And I didn't even think, when I was thinking about it, making a cake and adding some jelly to it, because I've got plenty of jelly. That would make it, and some nuts. So this one was a little different, and it added coffee, something I've not seen in any other recipe to date. What adding the coffee. So Silver Run coffee crafters would be glad to know that. So I'm going to be giving away coffee too in just a little bit. This is our Christmas special, y'all. Okay, Lippy, I'll check it in just a minute. Yeah, something without the crazy fruits. And see, somebody said leave out the citron. Basically, a fruit cake is what you want in it. All right, so say you make your own apples, pears, figs, you have some grapes, and you've made raisins, whatever you have on hand. The reason behind the fruit cake was it is what you have on hand. If you have pecans, put pecans in it. If you have almonds, you're living there, you put almonds in it. If you have walnuts, you put walnuts in it. You don't have to follow a recipe to a T. That's the problem. Everybody goes, but I don't have pecans. I'm going to have to go to the store and get pecans. When in their shelf, they've got walnuts. Why not just swap it? The coffee would be great. Coffee makes everything good. I mean, y'all, my coffee's getting cold sitting here talking to y'all. And let's see who can guess what kind of coffee I'm drinking today, and I will send you some holiday blend. Y'all guess my coffee today, and Lippy, I'm going to send you what it is, and you find me the winner. Let me send her what she's looking for. Okay. She knows what she's looking for in the coffee. All right, so figs, a lot of people had figs back in the day and they dried them. That's how come instead of plum pudding, you ended up with figgy pudding. And in a lot of your recipes, like for fruit cake, it called for dried figs because they were plentiful. That's something that they had everywhere. All right, I already see. We already got a winner. Okay, Lippy, you tell me which one's first. All right, in this book, this is the New Better Homes and Garden Cookbook, and this one was from 1937. I got it. This one is falling apart. This one is well used. It is a binder, and I got this from a sweet lady here in town, and it is a well-used book. They call this one a white fruit cake. So let's see if we can figure out why it's white. It has your sugar, shortening, eggs, flour, salt, baking powder, pineapple juice. Okay, I've not heard of that. So you live in Hawaii and you got pineapples, or even if you live in South Mississippi like us and you grow a pineapple, putting pineapple in it is really a good thing. Your citron, your candied orange peel, your candied lemon peel, your candied cherries, dates, apricots, dried apricots, by the way, your dried figs, white raisins. It's called a white fruit cake because you're putting white raisins in it. There we go. It has shredded coconuts, pineapple tidbits, and almonds. Oh my goodness, doesn't that sound good? You got your coconut and your pineapple in that one. So to make a fruit cake, make a simple cake out of, like you would if you were going to just find you a good recipe for a cake, whatever cake it is, a plain good cake where you cream your butter and your egg, butter and sugar together, and you add one egg at a time and you build up. Make that cake. When you get to the end, add in your fruit and your nuts that you like, and I'd say throw you in about a half a cup or so of your jelly. One of your tart jellies. Don't matter if it's plum, apricot, peach. I have the grape I just made, the scuppernong, or the muscadine. I love the mayhaw. Mayhaw's perfect. So whatever you got, try it and see if you like a fruit cake. Now, the Japanese fruit cake to me is very, very good. If you look that recipe up, it takes, I think it's orange and coconut and powdered sugar. You have to look up the recipe for the icing of it. And they pour that over it and let it seep through that baked cake. And that cake has coconut, raisins, and nuts in it. And I can't remember if it has any. It doesn't have that candied stuff in it. It's mainly fruits. And it might have some dates and things like that in it. but it's a baked cake with the good fruits that you like, dried fruits and nuts, and then that coconut and I want to say it's orange juice. I think it's coconut and orange juice and powdered sugar poured over it. It's cooked because the way it does, I don't know. Y'all go ahead and check it out. Let's see. Yeah, you can have all kinds of stuff like that. All right, Lippy, who is our coffee winner? Let's take care of that one first. Missy V. Missy, oh, shoot. Missy V is my coffee winner for the holiday blend. All right, Missy V, you're still on here. Pop up and say, hey, it's me. Send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com with your real name, but you have to have your Missy V in there too, so I know the same person, and your address. And I will send you a holiday blend. I don't even have one here to show because I took them back with me to the house. Okay, so are we up to date on that? Yes. Okay, Miss Missy V Butterfly. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I knew there's something else to it. All right, send me your address and I will send you out a coffee. Yeah, an orange glaze soaked over it. Oh, I'm telling y'all, I make it an orange candy cake where you buy those orange slices and slice them up and put it in your cake. And then you pour it's orange juice and powdered sugar over it and you hide it for at least 2 weeks or better. And when you take that cake out, it is so moist and good. Oh, that's the orange candy cake is one of my favorite cakes of all times. And I just don't make it anymore. I should, I guess. Okay. Now the VEGO bed, Miss Lippy sent me something. Let me see what I'm going to do here with it. Continuing with that theme. Yeah, let's drink to that one, Lippy. All right. Let me grab something. I gotta reach. I'm gonna make y'all wait. We ain't gonna talk about the VEGO bed yet. As probably the VEGO bed will be a 6-in-1, which you can make it 6 different ways. I have them in the courtyard. I have 2 outside the courtyard, 4 in the 5, 6 inside the courtyard right now, and 3 in Danny's shop that hadn't even been put together yet. I know where one of them's going right now. So we'll figure that one out. Yeah, you have to hide a cake. A good fruit cake has to be hid. My fruit cake right here has been in my refrigerator for 2 weeks. I'm talking 2 weeks. But now this one wasn't soaked in anything. Vicky's right. We have a lot of citrus, and I'm trying to figure out, do I want to try, and candy the peels in some way, shape, or form, because I've been saving a lot of my peels and sticking them in the freezer. If not, I would use them for either citrus, you need like lemon or, I hadn't done the lemons yet. I'm fixing to do the lemons. Lemon zest and stuff like that. Or using them in a cleaner, because your citrus is great for cleaners. And the big old tree that we have over at Deep South, I don't know if I can bring up a picture right quick. I want to show y'all. I think it's a citron. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. I took pictures. Y'all, this thing looks like a Christmas tree with yellow fruit. This is inside the, y'all see that? It's messing up. It's got yellow fruit hanging all over it. They're about the size of I don't know, baseball. This is what they look like. They have a real thick skin. They taste like crap. They don't have a good taste. And I think they're called a citron. I think that's what they're called. But they're just hanging like everywhere. It's a lot of fruit. So I tried to get a guy today. I said, he was talking about them, and I said, do you need them? He says, no, my brother's got 2 trees. So I gave Miss Cynthia a bunch when she was here, and she uses them to make stuff, and the peel could be candied. Yes, I would like a grapefruit, Vicki. Grapefruit is one of my favorites that we do not have. Danny and I were talking about that the other day when we were looking at the high tunnel, the citrus high tunnel. We have a room for 1 or 2 more plants. And he said, what about a grapefruit? He said, that's one thing we don't have is a grapefruit. And I said, hey, I remember that. Okay. Now, I ordered a couple of things for me to start the new year just to try and encourage myself. And when I did, I thought, why not encourage y'all too? I am not a teacher and I don't intend to teach anything. But when I go live, I'd like to be able to use one of these. I ordered 2 books. I'd like to be able to use one of them, read you a scripture, and just encourage you to work through the other. And so the first one is a planner. It's the Read Through the Bible in a Year planner for 2026. And it has this handy dandy little thing to keep it there. But I thought, why not? So when you get in here, this is the, see if I can get it there. It has a Bible verse, it has a reading, and it asks you to do a few little things at the bottom. The first day, January 1st, which is a Thursday, which would be next Thursday. Yeah, Thursday week. Not this Thursday, Thursday week. You read Genesis 1 and 2, Matthew 1, and Psalms 1. All this should take you approximately 30 minutes of your day. 30 minutes. If you keep up with this for 365 days, you can read through the Bible in 1 year. And I have a Bible, or I had one, I think I loaned it or gave it to somebody, that's what you did. It was written out day by day. I used to do, let me think, I had a Facebook group called something devotions. I forgot what I called it. And I could open that group back up if some of you would like to join and encourage each other in there. But I shut it down because I could not keep up with it. Something happened. I had Miss Stephanie Noose from Texas helping me. And I kept it going for maybe 3/4 of the year, pretty close. And then about that time, maybe Danny got sick. There was something happened. I just don't remember that year. And this was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And so I was posting every day what you should read and things like that, and giving you a Bible verse or something that I took from my read that day, and encouraging people to encourage each other. So the first one gives you about what to read. Then it gives you one verse from the whole thing. It just picks one out. And then it asks for 3 top priorities and 4 to-do lists. And then it says the reflections. So once you think about what you did, you can write a little brief something, a takeaway. Then it tells you to drink 8 glasses a day. And then down at the bottom, if you have something you want to remember, you can write it down at the bottom and check back and see if things have gone your way, what you're doing. So there's 365 days here. I'm going to try and incorporate this into my life this year because I enjoyed that year trying to do that every day and be structured. Lippy knows I am not a structured person, and I don't know how long this will last, and we're going to try it. I'm only promising once a week with the lives. And sometimes I have to just look at myself and go, quit working, go do a live. Just go enjoy yourself. So the other one, this is where I'm going to take some of the things I'm going to just briefly mention every week. The prayer journal for women. Y'all, 52. So there's one for every week. All right. So it starts out, it tells you what your reading is. And so the first one is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. You read that scripture. Then it says, before you begin, take a moment to prepare your heart and mind. Get in a quiet place, clear your mind, pray and invite. Y'all, I'm having time. Pray and invite God into your time. Then slowly read that verse again several times. Just take your time and read over it. After you read over it 2 or 3 times, then it says, read quietly, read out loud, or write it down. And then it gives you the lines where you can sit there and write it down. That's the way you memorize scripture, by reading it repetitiously 3 to 4 or 5 times and writing it down. That's how you memorize things. Because a lot of people say, I can't memorize scripture. This would help. I'm telling you, I got it from Amazon. I don't have a link, but it's on Amazon. Then it says, note the words or phrases as you speak them. Think about each word. Think about how it's put together. Then it says, don't analyze it, just look at them. Notice what they're saying. Then reflect on that and think about what it brings to your mind. And then you have lines to write down what you're thinking it means. Whether that's what it is or not, you write down what you think. And then it says, put your pen down, sit quietly, and listen for any new thoughts and what you sense that the Lord is asking of you. And then it says, respond with a written prayer of praise and thanksgiving. So then you have lines to write something down about something that just thrills you for that day, the praise or thanksgiving, something you're thankful for, or you have a praise report. And what I like about it, if you can see this, you see the little flowers and stuff on the page. Where'd it get? Right here. Those are for coloring. Now I know some of y'all gonna go, yeah, I'm a little big for coloring. Well, every page has flowers on it, and you can sit and color for just a few minutes. When you're reflecting on something, you'd be surprised if you're sitting there coloring. I've got some coloring pencils that my grandchildren use, and that's what I'll use. I used to do this a lot when I was younger. I loved playing around. Then it comes to a place where it says, Lord, help me to, and you can fill in the blanks, and people I'm praying for today. So you can write down people. Then you see how it's done? All the way around, you can color. And then you have a whole coloring page. Some of y'all may think I'm crazy as all get out. But I found by sitting and coloring or painting, I used to do the paint by number. A lot of y'all remember those. The paint by number was so much fun when I was a kid. I could not wait to get to town and see if they had a new one so I could paint by number. And see, Miss Sue says she bought her some coloring pencils. I love the coloring pencils. And when I was sitting with this 93-year-old lady many years ago before I met Danny, I had what I called my coloring set. I had a whole system. And so while she was snapping or whatever, I could sit and color. And I learned to shade and do some different things. Y'all, I just got into it so heavy. I didn't just sit and color. I'd lightly color, and then I'd shade some darker, and I'd take a different color and shade it into it, and I'd take my black and outline, and, I got into it. And I'm not a real creative person, but I did some really nice pencil colorings, and some really nice, like these would be pencil colorings. And then I did one, let's see if it's still here. I don't know where it went. It was here somewhere. It is a copper, like the old What am I trying to say? Like the ones that you paint by number, it was on a board similar to that, and it's copper. And you have this etch, this little scratchy thing that you made lines. You could make them thick, thin, you could do whatever. Well, I etched the hummingbirds on that copper. It is beautiful. I have held on to it all these years. Okay, now, before we get to the VEGO bed, I still have more giveaways. Lippy, you're going to be having to watch and help me. What did I do with it? I have nine of these, and I have more of one of them than I have, but I have 9 of these things, and I'm going to send them to 9 people before the first of the year that can follow along with me. And also, the first 9 people, Lippy be watching. Let me think what I can do. I don't know. All right, Lippy, I'm coming to a hard decision here. Let me take Lippy a picture right quick, because this is going to be how we're going to do it. I'm going to have to take her a picture because I can't say it out loud or y'all would know. All right. No, I am not. Okay. Now, I have this cute little book here, and I just sent Lippy a picture. And it's got a spiral. The first words are, "You are." And it comes with the pen. So 9 people are going to get that. When Lippy sees one of the words that's written on the front of this book, y'all going to tell me, you are what? You are, fill in the blank. And Lippy's going to look for those words, and there's 10 of those words, but the first 9 people that have one of these words listed will get one of the books and one of the pens and this little pamphlet. Let me see if I can get it, Through the Bible in a Year. This will list every day in January, every day in February, all throughout the year, so you can keep up and you can do the Bible in a year. You don't have to look for somebody to have it. You'll just have it. So 9 of you will get the You Are book, and the words are on the pen too. I just was trying not to show it. Lippy, you probably have enough to, I don't know. Let me see if some of them's on there. Y'all are coming up with some good ones, but some of them are not on there. It is, and y'all can go more than once so that she ends up having, I see some of them are on there. So let me see when she tells me, and then I'll read them when she's got 9 people. Because, yeah, you're looking for those words, Lippy. I need 9 winners, Lippy. Back up and pick the first 9 winners that have words. Any of those words, or if there's not enough that have any of them, same word, but pick me 9 winners. That way, and I'll read them off when you get the 9 winners. All right, so what I'm going to do, she should have enough to get the 9 winners. This book that I was telling you, Read Through the Bible in 1 year, this little pamphlet is basically the same thing, but it's in little tiny writing, so you might need a magnifying glass. I guess I should have got a magnifying glass to send with it. But as I'm reading through here and I have it every day, you guys will have it here. And you will have this little book. It has some little sticky notes so you can put it somewhere. And it has pages to write down. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. You see there? It's got the pages where you can make all that happen. And it's got this one little spot where you can put your pen. And all right, so she's got, Lippy, have you got me 9 winners? You writing these down so I don't have to? She said winner for the beautiful. So one of the words is beautiful. Y'all see this? She said God's desire. One of the words is amazing. And I know I saw amazing in there. I don't know about victorious. God's desire said thank you. All right, I need an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com with your God's desire plus your real name and your address. Capable, victorious, enough, chosen, strong, created, never alone, and always loved. So let me see if Lippy's got 9 people. Hopefully she does. If not, we will pick 9. Let me pick up my paper so I can be writing. So God's desire is going to be 1. Amazing Julie Joyce. And she's putting the words. And she's finding them. So I have more of these. I don't have any more of the tablets and the journals and the pens, but I have more of these. So if you would like a copy of this, I think I have about 10 or 12 more. So if you would like a copy of just Through the Bible in a Year, the little sheet thing, I can send this in an envelope. It don't cost me nothing. You send me an email, and the first ones that send emails, I will send those out and tell me I want the little sheet Through the Bible in a Year. I want the little sheet Through the Bible in a Year. Now, I don't have enough for everybody, and I can order some more and have them if I need to, but I will send them out as much as I want. Strong is Wendy. Okay? She's got 3. Keep going, Lippy. She gonna get me for making her work today. She probably had something she needed to do. But that way, the people that get these, I already have one I'm sending out. Sweet lady this week, maybe it was last week, I told her I would send her something and I forgot who it was. Somebody last week, I said, I'm going to send you something. If that was you, this is what you're getting, is the little gift set. I can't remember who it was. So like, Mama, send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com and put that in there and put your real name and address so I have something to send it to. And when I run out, I run out. If there's more than what I have, I can always order 25 more because they don't cost that much. And I would like for everybody that wants one to have one. I'm just in a really good giving mood. Chosen is Becky. So Becky, Wendy, Julie Joyce, God's Desire. Keep going, Lippy. You may have to pick some with the same, like amazing or strong, whatever, that whatever you find. All right, so she's writing down these. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm trying to keep up with it, but y'all, I've been on here a while. It's after 3 o'clock. I'm going to let Lippy finish what she's doing. Did I write Becky? I got Becky down. Okay. Lippy, is it the name just Becky and just Wendy? I don't know because I can't see. Because I have several. Okay, Becky DeCap. I guess that's what she's saying because she's doing this. Now, my Crooked Little Homestead, you're the one that won coffee, I think, and I can't send to Canada. But your t-shirt is on the way. And it said 1 to 4 weeks. So thank you, Jen. She's sitting in her, she's driving. She can't do much. Lippy says she's taking a screenshot. That's good. Just do that. And then you can start adding the names, because several of them may have had the word amazing on it. I mean, I could run back, but I don't know if it'll let me go that far back yet. And so, guys, y'all check out Miss Lippy's channel, website, Miss Lippy's Blends, Miss Lippy's with the S, blends with an S, right? .com. Thank you, God's Desire. All right. Let me find out, make sure I'm doing this right. Make sure I've got Miss Lippy's thing. All right, her website. Okay, Miss Lippy's Blends. I know it's Miss Lippy's Blends, but when it comes up, it wants to throw me a different way. I'm just going to have to type it in myself. It is not taking me to the website. Why am I having issues? Okay, it's not sending me to the website. I don't know what the deal is right now, but Lippy, yes, go ahead and pick all the, where I have 9. Jean, Miss Lippy said Jean. All right, now is Jean, all it says Jean? I don't have a clue. All right, so we still got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go, Lippy. Is there 4 more people that had a correct answer? It don't have to be all the words. You don't have to have all of them. It could be 4 that said amazing. I don't care. That whichever way it ends up. 4 that said beautiful or victorious or capable, enough, chosen, strong, created, never alone, or always loved. And there's a Bible verse with each one of these, y'all. You see that? I thought these were really cute, and I thought it was great that it came with the pen. Plus, if you need sticky notes to put in your Bible or your study, like the study book I've got, Miss Jean Treadway. Okay. That way I know, because I could have 2 people with the same name. That would help. All right. Waiting on Miss Lippy right now. Y'all, what else have we got going on that I need to talk about? Marcia. Miss Marcia? Okay. 3 more. Have y'all enjoyed the Christmases so far? Having the Advent calendar. That might be something next year that Lippy and I both look into, because she's the one that sent it to me. So it might be fun to try, for me to try to find her one to open next year and see what she gets. And because I looked, and there's so many. You could go a million different ways with an Advent calendar, or create your own. That's an awesome idea, and I might since I have a year to think about it, it might be fun to create my own advent calendar and throughout the year, decide something from Deep South and wrap it up and do 12 or 24, whatever I can, according to whatever gifts I can think of. And I think that would be a great way to have something fun at the end of the year, and then maybe make a duplicate advent calendar if I could think of it. Now this, y'all, don't hold me to this because this year may change and I may have total chaotic year. Okay? But it would be fun if I could create an advent calendar for Pecan Grove, Deep South Pecan Grove or Crazy Days, and have a giveaway the beginning or middle of November where I could get it to you before December 1st. I mean, I think that would be... Lippy said keep giving answers. They're going at it, Lippy. See if they remember what I showed them. She needs 3 more. If you haven't already won, 3 more answers. Y'all can post whatever y'all remember, because I've showed you 2 or 3 times. It ought to be easy for some of y'all to remember. Naples Cajun. I'm letting her pick them. I could be saying something, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, seeds was one thing that came to my mind, putting in there. Maybe a jam or jelly, some dried foods or freeze-dried. Nan, what does that say? O9G. All right, Nan. I'll read all these off in just a few minutes. She likes one more. See what she comes up with on the others. And I don't know, throughout the year, maybe a t-shirt. I mean, because y'all, I forgot about my t-shirt. Y'all see this? My Madam Gardener t-shirt. I actually have it on again today. Lippy, I only have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I only have 8. I only need 9, but I only have 8. I need 1 more. Or did you put something that I missed? Send me a list if you wrote them down. Send me a list because I'm missing somebody somewhere. And like I said, if you aren't one of these winners and you still want one of the cards to keep up with reading through the Bible for a year, I can send those cards. You send me an email and say, I would like to have the little paper for read through the Bible in a year, and give me your name and address, because people send me an email and there's no address, or they give me their YouTube name and there's no real name. So I got to have real names and reading through. Yeah, my Crooked Little Homestead has one of my Crazy Days t-shirts and my cookbook. I got them to Canada, so this one, I hope this t-shirt makes it to Canada. I usually don't have too much trouble with that, so. Yeah, but I don't have 8 people listed, so I missed somebody you said. I don't have a Deep South Homestead Advent calendar. That would be really great. Missy, where says, I would like to give up coffee prize because I won coffee before. Okay. All right. So thank you, Missy. That's awesome of you. All right. So the holiday blend. Somebody tell me, Missy, would you like me to send you one of the pamphlets or something. If you do, just send me an email and tell me, hey, I give up the coffee thing, but would you send me a pamphlet? That sounds fine with me. I'm good either way. All right, so Lippy, I only have 9 people. So who did I miss? I'm gonna have to go back. All right, God's Desire, I have that one. Julie, Joyce, and Wendy. Becky. All right, where am I at? Then I have a Jean and a Jean Treadway. Did you do 2 Jeans? Or is Jean and Jean Treadway the same person? That's where I maybe messed up. Because you said Jean, and then the next time you said Jean Treadway. So is there a Jean and is there a Jean Treadway? That might be where I'm messing up here. And then I have Marcia. Naples Cajun. And Nan 09. Okay. So was there a Jean and a Jean Treadway? That's what I need to know. Can you tell me that? Because that may be what I've got goofed up. Is there 2 people in here? If Miss Jean is in here and Miss Jean Treadway, if there's 2 different people, let me know here, both of you, right quick, so that I can verify that I got 2 people instead of 1. Because I only wrote Jean Treadway down. Your count's fine if Jean and Jean Treadway. Oh, that's the same Jean. Okay, pick me one more person, Lippy. Just one more person. Just go back up and grab one right here. Several people gave answers here. That way we'll have it. All right, on the coffee, some of y'all tell me who would like just one Jean. Okay, pick me another person then, because that's where I was confused too. Coffee, holiday blend. I don't have it with me, but if you would like a holiday blend, write it, and you hadn't already won something. That's one of the. Okay, I need one more winner then. All right, Miss Patty, have you had the coffee before? Patty? Well, it doesn't matter if you've had it before. Miss Patty was not on anything that I had today. So, Patty, where did I see it? BRUMBAUGH. All right. That way I will send you some coffee. I just gave Miss Patty some coffee. Let me see who's up there. I'll get it, Lippy. I'll figure out. There were several. What have I got going on here? Where is my? I'm looking. She done chose some of them. Y'all. That's why Miss Lippy's having so much trouble. She's saying she done chose. Diana Williams. Let's do Diana Williams as the last one. Let's do Diana Williams. That way that covers me. I got everybody's down. Now, VEGO GARDEN. Miss Lippy asked this question. She's got to be quick. Lippy, you might want to stop your chat. Just because. The question is, what is my favorite flavor of creamer to put in coffee? And you have to be precise. And Lippy's going to find me a person. We got them all, Lippy. You have to be precise in what I usually... Okay, Lippy, that's fine. I got it. We got Miss Diana Williams as the last one. Texas Chopper. You were quick on the draw, wasn't you? All right. Texas Chopper. It is French vanilla. Texas Chopper, can you send me an email with your name and address, deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, because I will send you a VEGO 6-in-1 bed. It'll be after the first of the year. You won't get it anytime soon, but it'll come probably sometime in January. If you don't get it by, say, the 15th, 20th, now it might be a little longer than that because that's only a couple of weeks. If you don't get it by the end of January, email me and let me know. But I will have it, and they usually ship, like when I do something like this, they usually turn around and ship within 3 to 4 days, and you usually get it within a week. So when I order it through them, you should have it the first week or so of January. But if it gets toward the 15th, 20th, and you hadn't got it, message me. So Texas Chopper, Merry Christmas. I know that that's a lot, but all right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today. It's getting late. I got to go see what Danny's tearing up. He is working on, I guess it's my Christmas. He's working on an outdoor kitchen on the back porch that we just built. Well, we had the back porch, and then he built the back porch on the other part. They meet, and I'm going to do a whole video showing all of it when he gets through. I'm not showing him building it. Where when we first did it, if some of you remember, the back porch had the boards on the wall just stopped, and the rest of it didn't have anything on the floor or the walls. That was on purpose. He wanted to build an outdoor kitchen there. I used this house as my canning kitchen because I've got a whole setup for, in here for canning. I've got all my big pots, everything in here, and I'm not planning on moving all this stuff to an outdoor kitchen. But if the power goes off and we need to cook outside, I will have a gas stove. That's the whole thing behind an outdoor kitchen. But Danny and I like to sit outside a lot. And the stove I'm going to put in there is going to have a little griddle-like thing where it's smooth on one side and it's raised on the other, where I can grill over that stove or cook like bacon and eggs or whatever. That's something that we really would like to be able to do on a regular basis because we love to sit outside. So we're going to fix that part of the porch. I'm going to put a little small table and a couple of chairs, and then we have the kitchen to that side, and he's almost got it done. He's been closing in on it, and because he can't lift a whole lot and he don't need to be picking up a lot of stuff, he can pick up a 2x4 and do stuff like that, and it's not really killing him. So he has the equipment to lift up pieces for the ceiling and all. They don't. And hold on. And so he's wanting to. Why do I have no sound? Do I have sound, or did it go away? Mine's showing I have sound. So he's wanting to get this fixed where it has a stove and a sink. I can wash veggies out there instead of in my house, because when I was washing sweet potatoes and stuff like that in my sink, we just don't. I don't like all that in my kitchen sink. Just saying. So this gives me the outdoor sink. It gives me an outdoor stove, and we'll have a cabinet. And I can store, like, we don't have enough room to store all of our cast iron and all that kind of stuff. So under those cabinets will be my cast iron and outdoor things that we would use, because I don't like to put a lot of our pots and pans or anything outside because it's outside. And dust and dirt and bugs can get to stuff. Even though you got doors closed and all that stuff, it can still get in those cracks and crevices. So I learned with the last outdoor kitchen what to do and what not to do. And we're going to do our doors a little different than we did over there, and hopefully have some things. But so it is, that's what he's working on for me. Not sure what he's getting for Christmas. He's done got his Christmas, y'all. A lot of Dr. Bills. Nah. So I hope all of you have a good Merry Christmas. I think, we'll probably be visiting my mom this week and my daughters and seeing how they're doing. That was my daughter calling anyway, so I got to call her back. And y'all just have a wonderful Christmas, and all of you. If you'd like to join in the new year, I'll try to do a live sometime next week. I don't know what day. And we'll talk more about the journals and the books and see where we're at that point to get ready to start the new year, encouraging each other. I'm not going to be teaching because I am not a teacher, but the Lord will give me a thought and I may tell you what came to my mind and encourage you guys to tell me what came to yours as you were reading, or put up praise reports or put up prayer requests and things like that, so that when we go to our journals, we have something to write down. We go, well, Miss Tambra asked for prayer today. I don't know what for, but, I'm going to lift her up today. And that's just that little bit, because Danny and I feel the prayers. We feel the love from all of our community and our people, and we want to give back. And just talking sometimes, maybe that helps you guys. So I'm hoping to do a live so that y'all can pop in and share and encourage each other. Because, when you can't get out and go and do like you usually do, sometimes just having another friend in the chat is pretty amazing. And, some of y'all have met through chats at Deep South. And so I think that's awesome. And I've met lots of people that are in these chats in person. And I would have never met most of y'all any other way except through our channel, Deep South Homestead. That, to me, I think is a wonderful thing. So, and I've actually had some of you in my class, right? Monkey Mama? She's been in one of my classes. So, yeah, I did do a couple of canning classes, and she was in one of them. And there's usually several people that had popped into some of my canning classes. And somebody has no sound. Can y'all type in who won? Texas Chopper. Type in that for Miss Marianne. Prayers for Starla and Terminator. All right, is Miss Starla going to get to move or not? I'm just asking. I don't really know on that. I haven't heard from her in a few days. It is hard to say something sometimes because you don't want to come across. My thought is I don't want to come across as a mama. I've been a mama all my life. Well, since I was 17, and I turned 18 before she was born. Yeah. But I've been a mama for so long that I feel like, and I homeschooled, I feel like I'm still a mama. When I talk to people sometimes, I feel like I'm telling them what to do. And I don't mean to come across that way. Plus, I'm the oldest in my family. And, you got younger sisters and a brother. You want to tell them what to do. And then I went to work in an office, and I was office manager. And so I was telling people what to do all the time. So when I'm talking to them just normally, even in some of my videos, I go back and listen, and I hate to listen to some of my videos. I'm like, you sound like you're getting on to people. I don't mean to come across that way. That's just being the firstborn and being a mama and being an office manager. So I guess that's part of it. Guys, I got to go. Danny's going to think I got lost, but I enjoyed the chat today. I enjoyed giving away stuff, and, we're going to see what all goes on. I enjoyed trying the fruitcake. I like mine the best. I'm going to just say that out loud. Mine turned out better than the ones I bought. So if anybody sends me a piece of fruitcake, it's going to have to compare with mine because that's all I got to go with right now. At my mom's, my sister will probably have another version that she was telling me about, and I'll probably snatch one of hers and bring with me just so I have something in the new year to try. But fruitcake really was sort of kind of their way of putting everything they had together in a special, like Martha Washington called it, a great cake. A great cake. And at that point in history, and it even tells in Martha Washington's book, she made her granddaughter's wedding cake. It was a great cake. It was full of nuts and fruit and that kind of stuff. So it wasn't a Christmas cake like we use it now. It's more for, they used it as special occasions, weddings and all that. And what I really missed, I was going to read and I forgot it. Let me see if I can find it right quick. History of fruitcake. The fruitcake goes back over thousands of years. In Rome, they had a dense, like our today energy bars, they packed it down and the soldiers carried it. And it was simply fruit and nuts in a packed cake, like an energy bar. So that was what I was wanting to bring out. A fruit cake has, with the nuts and the fruit and stuff, has energy. Then, going on into Egypt, they added in some more spices. And then when you got into the European influence, a lot of spices got added in over the years as they were trading back and forth. This is what I want to read. Religious restrictions. In the 1500s, the Catholic Church banned the use of butter during Advent. This led to the creation of a butter letter in 1490, where the Pope allowed the Saxon bakers to use butter in their fruitcakes. So at some point, they banned butter during Advent. And so that meant they couldn't put butter in their cakes. So then they had to do something in order to start allowing them to let them put butter in their cakes. But even that, they didn't always use butter. They used suet. They used lard. They used tallow. It wasn't always butter in a cake. So when y'all think of cakes and y'all look at these old recipes sometimes, don't judge what they used. They used what they had. And so think about it. If you see tallow in a recipe and you go, I don't know if I want tallow in that. Well, think, can you use lard, butter? If you are a Crisco user, can you use Crisco instead? Can you use olive oil or any type of oil instead of the tallow? And just think ahead and try to transition into, if this recipe calls for tallow, what can I use in its place? And you'll find that you can make a bunch of recipes by saying, I don't have this, but what do I have that is similar? Will it work? And lots of times I find lots of ways to make recipes that I normally don't make because I don't have all the ingredients, by seeing what I have that's similar and will make it taste reasonably the same. So I hope y'all had a good day. Y'all have a good week. Enjoy your holidays. We will get together sometime next week. And then the next week, we'll see what we can do. Y'all join me for 2026 and let's see what's going on. Let's try to encourage each other, and I will talk to y'all later.